Hello everyone, this is Xephyr here, and welcome back to Monster Hunter World Iceborne on PC. We are back out in the Guiding Lands, and we have some, I guess I don't know what to call them, but I guess they're multi-region monsters to take on. So we're going to go ahead and do that today. So let's go ahead and head out. The first topic that I'm going to talk about, I don't remember if I talked about in the last video, so if it's a repeat, I do apologize, but I don't think it is. Let's start by luring out a monster. I'm leaving the regions locked, as I mentioned before, because of the fact that I don't want region levels to change while fighting monsters that affect multi-area. So the first one we're going to take on is not the Anjanath. It's the... Never mind. For some reason I thought I had to do Anjanath, but it's Fulgur Anjanath we have to do. So we're going to start with Odogaron, which is one we do have to do. We don't want to do Rotted Region. I forgot he could spawn there. Coral Region it is. Sorry, again. I get confused at the beginning and it just throws off things. But we're set. I knew one of the Anjanaths was one we had to hunt, but it's Fulgur. So maybe we'll do that one next since I spoiled the fact that we're hunting it. Let's go ahead and go this way because we need to go to the Coral Region. So the actual first topic I wanted to talk about, Monster Hunter Rise has been confirmed for PC. However, it won't be coming out until early next year, meaning it's coming out probably exactly a year after the Switch version. I assume there's some kind of exclusivity agreement with Nintendo. I am not going to wait a year to play it, so I will be playing the Switch version. It's a little disheartening because I know that the PC version, while the graphics will be probably the exact same, I know that the PC version will run way, way, way better. It'll have better frame rate, better performance, all that fun stuff. All those frame rate issues I was having with the demo, there's no chance those will happen in PC unless it's just a very poor port, which is not something that Capcom's known for. So I'm sad because I want to play the PC version, but I also don't want to wait a year, and I'm not going to, like, as you all know, when I played World, I played on PS4 first, so I was on console first. There's very few things in World and Iceborne that were blind. And I don't want to do that with Rise. I don't want to play through it all on Switch, know everything, and then play it on PC, and once again have nothing be blind. So I'm just going to play on Switch. If somehow we get cross-save, I'll start on Switch, and then when the PC version comes out, I'll move my save over there, but I just don't think that's likely, because I'm sure there will be Nintendo collaboration armors and weapons and items and things, and Nintendo won't allow those to be on other platforms. So I think there's a 0% chance we get cross-save. So more likely than anything, I just won't be playing the PC version, which will be too bad. I think it's a very missed opportunity overall, but I'm glad that people who are just going to be playing on PC will have it, because I know there's a lot of people that didn't want to have to buy a Switch just to play Rise. And yes, there's lots of good games on the Switch, but I do know I also, in particular, have some issues with Nintendo and how they do things. So I can understand, much like how some people might not want to even buy, say, a PS4 or an Xbox because they don't want to deal with exclusivity and stuff. They might not want to buy a Switch. Maybe they're PC only. So I am happy for people who just wanted it on PC and weren't ever going to play it on Switch. They'll be able to play it now. I'm just sad that I will be missing out on the PC version most likely because, again, I don't plan on double dipping with Rise like I did with World and Iceborne. World and Iceborne were a different situation. Mainly, if I remember correctly, I had stopped recording for a while when World first came out, and so I decided when I decided to start recording again, I decided, you know what, that's perfect. I'll start recording World on PC, so I'll start World over again. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that for Rise, and I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna play the entire game on Switch and then record it on PC and have everything already, I wouldn't say spoiled, but nothing will be blind if I did that, and I don't want to do that. I'd rather play the entire thing blind. I wish I would have played World and Iceborne blind, but I just wasn't recording at the time when PS4 version released. But it is cool. It is very cool that it's coming out on PC, and it's confirmed now. I do wonder if when the inevitable G-Rank expansion releases, will that also be delayed on PC? Or will it be like the World Iceborne situation, where World released like 7 or 8 months after console on PC originally, and then Iceborne was only like 3 months behind console? Or will the G-Rank expansion release at the same time on PC because there's no more exclusivity? Who knows? I guess we'll find out. But I am happy it's getting a PC release. I'm just sad that it has to be a year after, because if it would have been like, I don't know, 2 or 3 months, I probably would have waited for PC. But an entire year, even if, let's say I didn't play the Switch version and I waited the year to play it on PC, there's no way I could keep myself in the dark about things in the game for an entire year. It just wouldn't happen. And I don't want, aside from not wanting to play it not blind, I also don't want to have the entire game spoiled for me before I even play it. So it just makes the most sense to play on Switch. All I'm giving up is some performance and frame rate stuff. I can deal with that. Not ideal. It's not going to be the best version, I don't think. I don't know. I guess that's subjective too, what you think the best version is. I'm sure there are plenty of people who will think, oh, well, I want all the Nintendo collab items and I like it being portable. That might make the Switch version the best for them, even if it is poorer frame rate and poorer performance. For me, best edition would be the one that runs the best, which is going to be undoubtedly PC. So I'll have to miss out on that. But I could be wrong. It's totally possible that the Switch version will run at a stable 30. And if it runs at a stable 30, all I'd really be missing out on PC is 60 frames per second. And I can absolutely deal with that. If I at least get a stable 30 frames per second, I won't mind not being on PC. But the demo did not paint a very positive picture for that. I think that was the only big news we really got for Rise. They did some like hunts against the Kezu and another monster. I know the name, but I might as well say it. The Kezu and the Shatten. I've not watched these hunts though because I don't want to spoil them. I just know that they are out there. But other than that, I don't think there was any other news yet. There's supposed to be another digital event coming up soon. I just don't remember what day it is. I'll have to look that up. But yeah, other than that, PC is the only big news. People were pretty excited. Other people were upset that they announced it after a bunch of people went out and bought Switches. And that, I think, is the ultimate thing that I agree is kind of annoying. There were people who literally, because they waited so long to say, yes, it's coming out on PC, there are people who went out, bought themselves a Switch. And, again, there are plenty of other games to play on Switch, but not everyone likes the Switch. And there were just, then, you know, just a month before Rise comes out, they're like, oh yeah, by the way, if you're willing to wait a year, you can play it on PC. And there are plenty of people who are like, I would have just waited the year, but I already bought this Switch. But I know how good the World and Iceborne port is, so I know Rise will have a fantastic port. So I'm just going to keep hoping that somehow we get cross-save. That would be the best thing ever, is if we got cross-save. I don't want cross-play. I'd be fine if we had cross-save, and if you move your file over from the Switch, all Nintendo collaboration items get disabled or something. I would totally be okay with that. That'd be awesome. And I would be very happy, and I would get the Switch and the PC version so I could flip-flop between them. But I just don't see it happening. And that's why I don't think crossplay will happen either. Is because of I think collaboration items are the complete reason that we're not going to get it. Now, we did get it on PC, even though there were collaboration items on PS4, but there's no cross save or cross play. So that, yeah, I wish there was cross save and cross play. Cross save to me is more important than cross play because I don't really play with other people, but cross save would be fantastic. Okay, so next, let's just see the next on the list that pops up. It's probably going to be Fulgur Anjanath. Yep, there it is. Okay, Fulgur Anjanath it is. Let's take it on. I might as well just do the Coral region again. It's right here. The other reason I would like to play it on PC is I really like my controller that I have for my PC. Because it's got the bumpers and everything, and it's more comfortable. The Switch Pro controller is nice enough. It's not as nice as my my PC controller. So that's the other reason that I would prefer to play it on PC. But again, I won't be waiting a year. That's too long. I'd have the entire game spoiled. The content wouldn't be relevant anymore on the channel. It just, no thanks. The Switch version will also probably be the most populated version, I assume. Because it's the version that'll be the most popular in Japan. And because it comes out first, I have a feeling most people will end up playing it on Switch. I think the PC population will be plenty big, but I think that there will be a lot less people that are willing to get it on both systems, and I think most people aren't going to wait the full year either. Ah! Shamos, why do you have to be so freaking aggressive? This is dumb. Just die. There he is. Oh, I want to finish my mining. Thank you. Okay. Oh, wait. Did this respawn this track? Because if it did, I want to grab it. Oh, it did. Also, I guess I should make it clear. I do not think the Switch version is going to be bad. I think it will be just fine. I just think that the PC version will be better. Just like Monster Hunter World and Iceborne, the console versions are plenty good, but PC is a massive step up. Between high-res textures and higher frame rate and resolution and all that stuff, PC is just, it is absolutely a game changer. I don't think it's going to be as big of a deal on Rise, though, because, again, it's not like... They might release, like, a high-res texture pack, like they did with Iceborne and World, but overall, it's not that graphics are worse, but they are, you know, to be able to work on the... to be able to work on the Switch, they're definitely not as intensive. And, so I don't think that the difference between PC and Switch will be as drastic. Even if they do like a high res or anything like that. The Switch version looks clean as it is. I don't know, since it's not a realistic, it's the more cartoony style instead of the more realistic style that World took. I can't imagine that they'd have to, well, not even that they'd have to, that they would change that much. Even if they switched it to high res. So I think that the difference between Switch and PC for Rise will be lower than the difference between console and PC for Iceborne and World. I wanted the leg. I also wanted to do my EI Spirit Slash, but I went the wrong way. Ow. Ow! Pick up these shinies. But that's all I'm going to say about the PC release, just because there's no point in getting, like, upset about it. You know, what's done is done. We'll just have to see what happens, and either I'll be moving to PC because of cross-save when it comes out, or I will most likely just be skipping PC release. Sticking to Switch. Oh, come on. Let me at least get semi-combo off. I have really not fought this thing much. Remember its attack patterns. I know it has basically 2 move sets, because once it's fully charged, it changes quite a bit. He's not gonna hit the wall. He's way too far away. Oh, he also didn't go where I expected him to. Oh well. Hey, you're charged. Good job, boy. Wow, that actually counted? Nice. Nice, changing areas, alright. And for those who are wondering, it is possible we'll get cross-save. There are Switch games that have cross-save compatibility with PC games. I believe the ones that people are usually bringing up is Hades and The Witcher 3. Apparently they have cross-save. However, again, I don't believe those have Nintendo collaboration equipment or anything, and that's why I think cross-save is possible. I think the only thing stopping cross-save is the fact that Nintendo won't want their assets on other consoles, and so unless Capcom has a means to disable those assets when on other platforms, it won't, cross-save won't happen. It's possible. I think it's totally possible. I don't even think it would be that difficult, but I just don't think it'll happen. However, now I need to focus on finishing up my journey here in the New World before Rise comes out. Which, we're almost there. We don't have too much more to do. I think most of the stuff we do have is more a time sink than anything. It's spending a lot. What? It's spending a lot of time just grinding, more than actually, like, things being difficult. Like, if I could guarantee things to happen, each of them would only probably take a couple minutes. But unfortunately, because it's nothing that you can guarantee, I think it'll take a while. I think we've done most event quests. There's probably event quests here and there we didn't do because all they do is give you, like, extra master rank points or something, which I'm not worried about doing those on camera. They're nothing special. It's not like the monsters have any new mechanics or anything. The event quests I do want to do that I know we haven't done are the remaining 4 crown quests, because we've only done Wildspire Waste and Ancient Forest. So I still want to do the Coral Highlands, Rotten Vale, Elder Recess, and Hoarfrost Reach for Master Rank crown quests. And that's what we'll be working on after we finish up the Guiding Lands, which Guiding Lands should be done in the next video. The next video should be our last Guiding Lands video. Aside from Endemic Life, but I'm counting those as separate. I mean, just Guiding Lands monster hunting. Actually, let's pick up ammo, then head back to camp. Poor Fulgur Anjanath. We might actually be able to get through 5 monsters if things continue the way they're going. Okay. So next, we're going to take on the Ebony Odogrown. Which I never checked to make sure I have lures for all of these. Oh, I have 14 for this one. Yeah, I think I've got a lure.
Okay, off you go.
But yeah, if we can finish up the Guiding Lands, then finish up the crown quests, and then I have to actually get the crowns. That's kind of the thing that's really going to take a while. But if we can get through all of that, and while I'm farming crowns, if I get like bored and need to do something else, I will do these other things. But the other thing will be endemic life. We have some endemic life we still have to find, and then all of the fun little like picture research missions that we have for the feline researcher, as well as the paw pass stuff, because we've not done any of that either. Shamos, go away. Why do you insist on dying? Also, why do you sound like a horse? And then after we finish up all that stuff, assuming we still have time, I do have some like final New World things that I wouldn't mind doing. Oh, really? Just had to get a Coral Puke Puke here, right? But I don't know that I'll be able to do those, the things I want to do for our final like Celiana stuff, final New World stuff, just because it will completely depend on how much time I have left before Rise, because right now we only have like 23 days left, which is not a lot. But I'm hoping I'll have time. We'll see. When did you enrage? You're a dick. No. I hate that you enraged. If I don't get to the things I wanted to do as my final little, like, New World adventure, I'll come up with something that I can do that, you know, it won't be as epic, unfortunately, but if I don't have the time because of other things in my life not letting me get where I need to get, or even just crowns taking too long, or endemic life taking too long, or whatever, I will at least come up with something to end our time in the New World. I have something really cool I want to do, but I don't know that we'll have time to do it. Ah! Ooh, I like a silver Rathalos lure, that's good. Oh, Coral Puke Puke, go away! Ah, threw off my aim. I don't know why it's involving itself. Ow. Ow! So it came in to annoy me, scream, and run away. Fantastic. One thing I really hope for Rise, and I think they had to have learned this lesson. I really hope that layered armor is available from the start. I don't want to have to wait until we've beaten the game or gotten super far to start using layered armor. Let us use it from the beginning. You know, I think that was one of the biggest problems that people had with Iceborne is that we didn't get access to proper layered armor and layered weapons until the game was basically done. And it's like, that's not when people wanted it or needed it. Like, you want it while you're, you know, playing through the game and stuff, and your entire adventure. You don't want it as like, oh, I've beaten the game and I'm basically done playing it. Now I can do this thing I want to do. Ah, give it to us from the beginning. Let us do it the entire time. Layered weapons aren't as important as layered armor because there's plenty of cool looking weapons that you can switch between and stuff, but I do like having the layered weapon system, especially since the best longsword is the Vitalis longsword, and I don't like the scythe designs. I liked that I could change it into the Stygian Gula look. One of the other things I'm worried about is I hope that our initial palico can be switched between whatever type you want. And what I mean by that is normally there's like attack, defense, gather, heal. Like there's all these different like types of palicos. Kind of similar to how the palico in Iceborne has all these different palico tools. But in previous games, what you had to do is you have to get a palico for whatever type you wanted, and if you then wanted a different type, you had to get a whole new palico. Well, since we start with a palico that we get to design, I hope that it can either freely change between whatever types you want, which would be best, or you can pick what type it is, because if it like, I think it was at Generations Ultimate, it defaults as like the charisma palico or something, which isn't super useful. And that's not even you don't even get that right away. That's just the first palico you always get, I think, is as the charisma type or whatever. But I don't want to, you know, create Shadow and then him be like not a type I want. I want to be able to either pick or him be able to freely change between them, which the reason I don't think we'll be able to freely change between them is because then you'd have no reason to ever get another palico unless you wanted a different design or something. So I don't know. We'll see. I really don't want it to be, oh, you're forced into this type of palico for your first one. It can never be changed, and deal with it, because I'm just going to use Shadow pretty much the entire game. I'll definitely hire other palicos for other stuff, but Shadow's going to be my go-to hunting partner, and I don't want him to be stuck as a type that I wouldn't want him to be. We shall see. Cats are fighting. The same goes for the Palamutes, too, by the way. The monster you are tracking will leave the area soon. Oh, I bet it's... Okay, so something else must be spawning. Probably an Elder Dragon or something. Let's see. Unless it means Savage Devil Joe, which would be weird. So next, we are going to hunt a Nightmare. Rajang. We're just going to stick to Coral region, I think. You know what? Let's change it up. Let's fight him where he started. Fight him in the Volcanic region. Why not?
Okay, off you go.
One of the other concerns is I feel like palicos are going to be very underutilized overall. I feel like most people are just going to end up using palamutes because the palamutes you can ride on and move around a lot faster. And so I feel like most people are just going to use palamutes for that. And just because I feel that way, I mean, that's not the only reason. Shadow's been my hunting partner for basically as long as Palicos have been a thing, which I think they were introduced in Freedom Unite. I think that's the first time we had Palicos. I don't remember if you could name them back then, though. I don't think you could, so you may not have been in that one. But since I've been able to name my Palico, Shadow's been with me hunting, and so it's going to stay that way. But I'm going to have a Palamute as well, but if I have to choose one or the other, I'll probably take the Palico, because, of course, like I said, Shadow's my hunting partner. But I feel like most everyone else is just going to use the Palamutes, and it's going to make me a little sad. And so I feel kind of good that I'm going to be using a Palico. Why did he immediately enrage? That's just mean. Okay. Oh, I didn't have any Spirit Gauge, I bet. Alright, Angry Monkey, let's go. Gonna have to deal with no Mind's Eye as well. Should be fine. He's not tempered, so it shouldn't be the worst thing in the world. That was a waste. Ugh. And I don't have a problem with people using Palamutes, by the way. It's just that I think that because of how fast you can get around on them, I feel like most people will just leave their Palicos behind, and I think it's an unfair advantage. And it's just, I don't know, it's just a little sad that they kind of, there's no balance there. Like, yeah, Palicos can give you buffs, but I mean, you can actually get around the map super fast using a Palamute, and so I think most people will do that. And I'm actively just going to choose to be slower for the sake of, you know, Shadow's my partner and I want him with me at all times. But I'll definitely, if I'm playing multiplayer, I'll definitely be getting to areas much slower than everyone else in that case. Hopefully that doesn't turn into people kicking people from rooms. That is the other thing I'm expecting, is people used to kick people from rooms for just whatever armor they chose to use, because everyone just wanted everything to be meta all the time. So I would not be surprised if people started kicking people from rooms because they weren't using the Palamute, because they're like, ah, you're going to get to the area too slow. You need to use the Palamute. I'll be like, no, I'll just go solo. It's fine. No big deal for me. Ow! Want to pick up the items. Stupid angry monkey. By the way, and I don't know, I may have never made this apparent, but I don't want this stupid ammo. I want the freaking items on the ground, which are very difficult to pick up while there's a raging monkey. But yeah, I don't know if I've made this apparent, but Rajang and Iceborne has actually made me like Rajang. I used to hate this stupid monkey in pretty much every other Monster Hunter game, and for whatever reason, I just love the implementation in Iceborne so much that I now like Rajang. And it's funny because most people were like, they took away all his openings and made him, you know, even faster and more annoying. And I'm sitting here and I'm just like, I don't know why, but he just seems better to me. I had so much trouble with him before, but now I'm just like, no, this is great. Ow. Oh, my bad. I wanted the item. Greed. Stupid angry monkey. Between Freedom Unite's kind of janky combat, just being slow in an older game and the hitboxes being worse, to freaking Apex Guild Quest 140 Apex Rajang and Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. I hated Rajang until Iceborne, and now I love him. I think he's awesome. I like that he's faster and angrier and just amazing, and I hope this is the iteration we get in Rise. And yes, Rajang is in Rise. We saw the angry monkey in one of the trailers. If I spoiled that, I apologize, but I don't think it's a spoiler for anyone, because pretty much everyone knows that Rajang was in, because they made it very apparent on a trailer and on social media and everything. Look, I'm not about being completely blind. I know some of the stuff that's in the game. I just don't want everything spoiled. And I don't know anything about the story or most of the monsters, but I do know some of the monsters' names, the new ones that they've shown off, and some of the returning monsters. Anyway, spoilers aside, I hope this is the version of Rajang we get. I hope they don't, like, tweak it back to the old version, because I like this one better. I don't mean to spoil things, but if you come into my channel and you're watching me play Monster Hunter and I'm talking about Monster Hunter, I hope you expect to hear about Monster Hunter. If you didn't, I'm sorry. But it's gonna happen, because I can't... That's why I can't wait a year to play Rise, is because it's like... I won't be able to keep myself from seeing information, because I just live and breathe Monster Hunter, so I'm just... Like, I'm gonna see stuff. Game's not out and I'm seeing stuff because, you know, I'm gonna watch the trailers and the dev diaries and all that stuff. And it's a good time. It's fun to prepare before the game comes out. It's not like they give away everything anyway. That's not where I wanted to be. Ah! No, I missed. Yeah, I think a little bit of information being received before the game comes out is fun anyway. It helps build hype. You know, you get hyped when you see, oh yeah, my favorite monster is actually getting in the game. Obviously, my favorite monster will never be revealed pre-game coming out, but because that's Fatalis, and there's no way they will never spoil something like that being in the game. But you know, if someone really likes Rajang or something and Rajang's their favorite monster, and I know there are people out there that it is, you know, it builds your hype when you're like, oh, I can't wait to fight the monster again in this new game. I cannot believe that counted. That was awesome. Yeah, Spirit Slash is truly amazing, and actually that's one thing I definitely know I like better in Rise, is I'm going to be using it a lot more, since it now, instead of eating a gauge, if you succeed, you gain a gauge, and if you fail, just nothing. It's just the normal attack. But it doesn't eat a gauge anymore for screwing it up, so it makes it more worthwhile to attempt. So I know I'll be using that a lot more, and that's cool. Ow. Come on, monkey. I had plans to fight another monster after you, so you need to just chill out. Wow. Go Shadow. Oh, tail's broken. Is it the other horn? I think so. What the heck hit me? Does its flailing activate temporal? That's crazy. Oh, you know what? It might have been the Gajalaka that activated it. Let's just let it get out of here. I love that its item name in the Guiding Lands is Bloodthirsty Glimmer Pelt. Just the game doesn't hide it. Rajan's a beast, and he wants blood. And done. Oh, if you kill him by smashing him into the wall, does he not do his final flail? That's kind of cool. Alright, I do have one more monster that I want to hunt, and I think we have time for it. So what we're going to do is unlock the regions, because we're now at a point where everything we have to hunt is forest region specific. I think it's at least forest... Well, no, some of them aren't forest region specific, but close enough. They dwell in the forest region, and we didn't fight them while... for any of the other regions they may spawn in. Alright. So this time we are hunting... If I can find it. It should be around here, right? Maybe not. Where is it? Do I not have a lure for it? Oh, you know what? Oh, no, there it is. How did I miss that? I went to this page like 3 times. Ugh. Yangaruga. That's what we're gonna hunt.
Okay. Off you go.
Off it goes. Okay. Question is, where did it spawn? Probably up above? Be my assumption. There it is. This is another monster that I really hope makes it into Rise. I really like Yangaruga. I like its design. I like the concept. I remember how just horrifying it was in 2nd gen. I guess technically it was in 1st gen too if you played Monster Hunter Freedom. I think that's the game that introduced it. I think. I could be wrong. It might have been introduced... Oh, I don't have antidotes, do I? No. It might have been introduced in Monster Hunter G, but since we didn't get Monster Hunter G in the US, and I was not importing at the time, I wouldn't have been able to fight it, but I'm pretty certain it was actually introduced in Monster Hunter Freedom on the PSP. So I guess it technically was a 1st gen monster, but I remember fighting it the most in 2nd gen, and man, it was quite evil back then. And they kept it kind of evil in 4th gen, because I remember fighting it in 4 Ultimate, and it still had that stupid instant charge where it would just be standing still, and then boom, it wasn't. God, that was a nightmare. Oh shoot, I forgot, you have to dodge the first one and foresight the second, if anything. Ow! But I like this monster a lot, even if it was nightmare fuel in the older generations. It wasn't so bad in 4 Ultimate, just was annoying because it still had its super fast charge attack. Most monsters started losing their instant charges, but Ian Gruger kept its. You dick. Oh, I missed. Go! It's so fast. I love it. It's so cool. And that roar. Its roar is unique. Its speed. Everything about it is just such a cool monster. And it looks like a Rathian mated with a Yian Cuckoo, and that's how you got this thing. Which is just a horrifying thought. Oh, I meant to attack. Shoot. Oh, it's out of rage, huh? Where you going, chicken? Ow, ow. Oh, I was like, why can't I use my clutch claw? But it's because the stupid grass. Alright, this will help. I didn't expect to do this in the air. At least the ground. Okay, that worked. Oh, I meant to unfix the regions. Shoot. I meant to unfix the regions because this counts towards forest region, which I need to level up. Oops. Oh well, it's fine. Alright. Chase it down. Wait, where did it go? It did not go where I thought it went. Shoot. My bad. Oh, hello, Baroth. I really need to start utilizing Raider Ride more. Wait, is it really not enraged? That did not go the way I wanted. Stupid Clutch Claw. I will not miss that. I will not miss having to worry about trying to clutch onto something's face. Oh, come on! Of course, the moment I get on there, the freaking Gajalaka knock it down due to the shell shock. Grrr. Whatever. Damage is damage, I guess. wanted the foresight. That was totally my bad. I'm being a bit greedy here. Shouldn't be. No! Stupid angry chicken! Not expect the stagger. I think it's getting weak though because spear flaps are down. Yeah. Not that weak. It's still got some fight left in it. Not anymore, it doesn't. Alright. Alright, so it's unfortunate that I forgot to unfix the regions, but it's not that big a deal. That is all. We've now fought all non-tempered monsters in the Guiding Lands. We have taken them all down. And all we have left are tempered forest region, or mostly forest region monsters. And there's not even that many. There's only 4 left. So what's going to happen is the next video, I will probably already have the forest region completely leveled. I will just try and level it using monsters that we've already fought. That way, I know for a fact that any monster we lure out will be tempered so that we can just take on the 4 that we need to do. And next video will be our final Guiding Lands hunting video. We'll still have a video collecting endemic life out there, but the next video will be our last time that we actually have to do a true hunt in the Guiding Lands. So that's pretty crazy because there are a lot of monsters, and we've hunted almost all of them. We've hunted everything non-tempered, and soon we'll be done hunting everything tempered as well. So that's where I'm going to go ahead and leave things off today. So thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. You can also subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell icon to get email updates when I upload new videos. And of course, you can leave any comments or suggestions in the area below the video. I've also left my Twitch and Twitter links in the description. That way you can check out those platforms if interested. However, that is all I have for you today. So thank you so much for watching. And as usual, this is Xephyr, signing out.